Hello everyone, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hello everyone. I think I'm audible to all of you, right? Okay, so Akash, Munir, Mahesh, Pradeep, Devil. Okay, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. Ani, good afternoon. Mahesh, not audible. Mahesh, just try to refresh. Just try to refresh. Unmute yourself. I pinged you. Yeah. So Mahesh, just try to unmute yourself. I will be audible to all of you. I believe I'm audible, right, guys? Everyone? Yep. So if you can ping me in a chat, guys. Okay, Mahesh saying yes, yes. Amarindra is saying yes. Okay, fine. Everyone is yes now. Fine, guys. Shall we start the class? Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Mahesh. Thanks. Shall we start the class, guys? Tutu is saying good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Rajendra. Good afternoon again, sir. Good afternoon again. Okay, so there are many people who is like joining all the classes. So yes, that's a beauty of Euron Plus. People are able to join the classes, multiple classes, big data, data science, data analytics, ML ops, Gen AI, Python, everything. Okay, so let's get started with the class, guys. So today is going to be a induction session, and let me share my screen so that I can give you an induction. So what is going to happen inside this class in next 4 to 5 months of time. So today is a first class for a big data, guys, and as you can see, we have already published a syllabus over here, so you can all go and check out the syllabus part. And I believe all of you have gone through a syllabus part anyhow, right? So today is a 21st of December, and we are starting ahead with the big data masters. Today I'm not going to discuss any technical topics. This is just a induction session. So from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to discuss the technical topics. So as per the syllabus, whatever I have mentioned. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about a Euron platform. I'm going to talk about this big data masters, what we are going to discuss, what will be the class timing. Obviously, all of these things are already mentioned, but still, I'll try to talk about each and everything. And then if you have any kind of a questions, concerns, please feel free to ask your questions and I will be happy to answer. Plus, I'm going to share my official mail ID and my personal WhatsApp number so that we all will be connected today, tomorrow, or even for a future. And at any point of a time, if you have any kind of a doubt or any kind of a concern, any kind of an answer that you are looking directly from me, obviously I will be able to answer in that particular mode. So let's get started first of all with your batch induction, and then I'll be talking about the entire Euron ecosystem. So how you will be able to get a support, what and all features are available, facilities that we are going to give, what is the partnership, what is a Euron Plus, Euron org, everything. Although many of you are aware about it, I know, right? This is not a very first class. You have already attended all the induction session, but still, as a culture that we used to follow, so this is a very first class, I have to talk about the induction. So shall we start with the induction, guys? Yep. If you can say yes in a chat. Can you increase your video size if your price? Yeah, I have already increased. See, in my last class, people was telling me that please decrease your size. So I have decreased it. Now I have increased it. Okay, fine. So big data masters. Now we have created the syllabus keeping one thing in our mind, that it should match with a latest trend inside the industry. So a big data which I used to teach 4 year back, 5 year back, or even a 2 year back. So that was very much different. And the big data which people are using as of now inside the industry is very, very different. So keeping this trend or keeping this reality in our mind, so we have created this entire syllabus. So one by one, I'll be talking about each and everything. So today is a very first class and date is already mentioned, 21st of December. So this is the start date. Timing is going to be 2:15 p.m. IST to 3:45 p.m. IST, which is also mentioned. This batch is going to take approximately 4 to 5 months of time for me to finish. Even if I'll go in a fast track mode, so including project, resume, interview, everything, it is going to take minimum this much amount of a time. So from January, you can try to calculate those time because it's almost the end of year, right? So there is no meaning of, considering these weeks, and again we'll be having a leave as well, which I'm going to announce in tomorrow's class. So approximately from January month, it is going to take 4 to 5 months of time. So by the end of April or May, we will be able to wrap up this entire course with each and every kind of a discussion that we have mentioned, or maybe we have not mentioned, because couple of topics in every batches we try to take from a student side. So if a student says that okay, fine, so you have discussed everything, now let's try to discuss even this particular component which you have not mentioned inside the syllabus, but it's very much important, or it's trending inside the industry. So obviously we will try to accommodate those part as well, but at the end. So during a class, so obviously we'll try to go ahead with the syllabus. Now syllabus wise, so let's try to expand this entire section. So from tomorrow onwards, right? From tomorrow onwards, I'll be talking about introduction to big data. Now here I have mentioned a couple of things, that how to define a big data with the help of this 5V: volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and a value. So I'll be talking about that. What kind of a data is actually called as a big data? Generally people think that huge volume of a data called as big data. But what is the definition of that huge volume? I mean, like KB, MB, GB, TB, PB. So what kind of a data is actually called as a big data? Because if I have to define a big data just with respect to a volume, now I don't know what is the exact scale to define those big data. So in tomorrow's session, I'll be talking about all of these things. So whether it's a traditional data system or scalability, processing limitation, distributed system, where HDFS file system comes into a picture. So all of these things we are going to discuss. And then we will try to build a little bit of foundation, because in big data, SQL plays a very, very important role. NoSQL databases plays a very, very important role. So we will try to configure each and everything inside our system, whether it's a MySQL or maybe a MongoDB, maybe a Cassandra. So we'll try to install each and everything in whatever environment is possible. So I'll talk about it inside a class. I'm going to do all the setup, and with me, you all are going to do a setup. And then I'll be talking about a Hadoop, because this is a place where the entire story of big data starts. And before that, there is a research paper called as GFS, Google File System, from where this HDFS file system is been derived, and which is a core concept behind a big data. So this is something which I'm going to discuss in very, very detail. So believe me, I'm good with the architecture, and these things I'm discussing since last 6-7 year, I believe, not 7 year, I think 7 to 8 year. Yeah. So since last 7 to 8 year, I'm talking about these architectures, so Hadoop 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x, and all sort of things. So I'll be talking about these architecture, and then we will come into a practical side of it, where Spark plays a major role. Databricks plays a major role, because nowadays people are using Databricks as a platform to build any kind of a ETL pipeline, and even to do a scheduling, or even to do a distribution of the data. So inside Databricks, we are going to practice in a very, very practical manner each and every topic. So whether it's a Spark streaming, whether it's a Spark SQL, whether it's a Spark core, or whether it's a Spark MLlib. So because Spark is been bifurcated into a multiple different fragments. So there we will be talking about the Spark plus real-time processing. So Kafka, basically, right? So Kafka is nothing but it's a messaging system which has been used to ingest a data, read or write a data in a real time. So we will be using Kafka. We'll be talking about a Kafka architecture, because people in an interview are going to ask you about a Kafka architecture. They may ask you that, okay, explain me the entire Kafka architecture, its individual component, how these components are connected with each other, how read and write happens over there, how I will be able to do an optimization inside a Kafka, right? That too with respect to a Spark. So this is a section dedicated just for a Spark and a Kafka. So where we'll start with the basic, but we will end up with the streaming, because most of the time you will end up dealing with the streaming of the data. And then NoSQL databases. So majorly we are going to focus on two NoSQL databases. One is a MongoDB and one is a Cassandra, which is very much popular, across our industry. So these are the two things, two databases, NoSQL databases we are going to cover, and SQL we are already covering here, right? SQL. So whatever SQL set is required, so we are already covering over here. And then NoSQL we are going to cover in this particular place with installation, setup, queries, read write operation, all the kind of a CURD operation, everything. Now, then we will be talking about orchestration and workflow management. Basically, you can say scheduling or maybe a processing, all those things. So here, Apache Airflow, which is a Python-based framework. I'll be talking about that. DAG, direct acyclic graph creation. So I'll be talking about this. Then I'll be talking about a Azure Data Factory. Nowadays, inside the industry, Azure Data Factory is very much popular for a big data. So Azure Data Factory, so over there, pipeline, data flow, integration, workflow optimization, monitoring, debugging, error handling. Now, to do this, you must be having a Azure account, right? So Azure account, you can go, you can sign up, you can add your card, and you will be able to get some free hours as well on Azure. Similarly, we have AWS components as well. So you have to have a AWS account to utilize all of these things. So I will be using my account, you will be using your account. And again, when I'll try to use Azure and AWS, I'll even tell you that please try to shut down your services so that you will not end up getting additional billing. Otherwise, what happens in general is, in some of the classes, it happened with some of the people that they have ignored that part. So where I asked about like shutting down all the services, whatever is up and running inside their system, and they have not done that. And their charges was way bigger than the charge or the fees they have paid to us. So I'll make sure of that part as well. But yes, in depth from Azure side, cloud side, and from AWS side, we have mentioned each and everything, whatever is relevant with respect to a big data ecosystem. Then Kafka, architecture wise, then Hadoop integration, Hive, Spark with databases. So each and everything, whatever we have discussed in a above section, again, we will try to recall all of those section, but this time connect. So how to connect this component with that component. So whatever component that we have studied in a previous section. So this is something that we are going to revise and then connect each and everything so that you will be able to understand the end-to-end pipeline. And then the major component is not the above one. The major component is actually the below one, this project part. And if you'll see over here, so we are going to build a real-time fraud detection, financial transaction using Kafka and Spark streaming. So real-time, with the help of real-time data, we are going to use a streaming, and with the help of streaming, we are going to build this particular project, complete end-to-end with a deployment. Then here, supply chain optimization with Hadoop, Spark, and NoSQL databases. So again, NoSQL means Mongo, Cassandra, two things, right? Then social media sentiment analysis with Flink and Elastic. So already we have studied a lot of things. So here inside a project, I have mentioned in these two projects, actually, in these two projects, I have mentioned some of the additional component, which we have not discussed above, but these components are very, very small. So directly we can come and we can try to consume it inside a project. Keeping that in mind, there is a new component called Flink and there is a component called Elastic. We are going to discuss. And then again here, you will be able to find out NiFi. NiFi is very popular, lightweighted, small tool, but very, very powerful tool, which has been used inside the industry to build the entire ETL pipeline. So we have integrated this NiFi, Spark, Kafka, and then last but not the least, just a Tableau Power BI for an integration, connection, I would say, right? So you don't have to learn Tableau and Power BI, it's a connectivity part that we are able to pass a data to a Tableau and Power BI, we are able to consume it, we are able to build a basic dashboard over here so that you will be able to understand holistically each and everything and you will be able to connect each and everything. Making sense, guys? Yes? So does each of those represent lecture? See, Mahesh, what happens is in a live classes, I'll follow the syllabus, right? So for example, just to explain, just to give an answer to your question, Mahesh. So let's suppose tomorrow I'm taking a live classes, right? Maybe I will be able to cover 3 topics in tomorrow's live classes. Then next live class, maybe I will be able to cover 5 topics. Then next live classes, I will be able to cover these topics. So this is how live classes are going to happen. If I'm publishing a recorded courses, in that case, what happens is I used to pick one topic, one video, one topic, one video, maybe 15 minutes of video, 20 minutes of video, maybe hour of videos. But in live classes, it depends, because in live classes, you will ask a question, other people will ask a question to me, right? And then I have to give an answer. So in live classes, things are dynamic. So I can't say that I will be discussing all the topic in one live classes, or maybe I'll end up completing all the topics in one single live classes. No, that is not going to happen because it depends upon you guys as well. right? If you're going to stop me, if you're going to ask me a question, if you're going to ask me that, please try to revisit this particular topic, please try to re-explain this topic by giving some different kind of example, obviously I have to do it, and that will take some time. So live classes are, this is where live classes are engaging and dynamics, whereas recorded means one topic, one video, my work is done. Okay. Do we need to know Java? Not at all. You have to have an understanding about a Python, Sumant. You don't have to understand Java, because this entire syllabus I'm going to cover, or Spark specifically I'm going to cover with the help of language called as Python, PySpark. So Spark supports 4 languages: Java, Scala, Python, and R programming language. I'm going to use Python. Simple, right? Now, those who are not at all aware about Python, what about them? Because there are people who will not be aware about Python. That's completely fine. So here you have a Python batch called as Python Mastery and Python for All. Python Mastery, Hindi, Python for All in English. And I have already started this batch 4 weeks back. The only reason was that whatever batch which I'm going to launch, whether it's a ML Ops or Big Data or Generative AI or Data Science, Hindi, English, everywhere Python is common, everywhere, right? Any of these batches, right? Any of these batches that you are able to see in a live mode that we have published, everywhere Python is important. Without Python, you will not be able to go ahead inside a class. Keeping that in mind, I have launched a Python. That's those who are not good with Python, at least they can join a Python classes and they will be able to understand each and everything when I'm going to use Python inside your respective batches. Making sense? And that's the reason. So we have Euron Plus, so that you don't have to purchase our courses again and again and again, just with one single subscription, because things are independent. Right? Things are dependent. Tomorrow, maybe there is a possibility that you will have to have an experience about a complete cloud, AWS, Azure, or GCP. Maybe tomorrow there will be a requirement that you have to have an experience about a knowledge about ML Ops or maybe DevOps, right? So keeping that in mind, we have a Euron Plus, and most of us, I believe, right guys, everyone? If you can confirm me in a chat, most of you have a Euron Plus subscription. Airflow is covered. Yes, Airflow is covered, right? Airflow is here. So Airflow, Apache Airflow. Yeah. Airflow is here. Yeah. So as you can see in a chat itself, so most of us is having a Plus membership. So with Plus, everything is covered, right? Knowing advanced SQL. No, you don't have to know anything. If I have mentioned something inside the class, it's my responsibility to discuss. It's my responsibility to talk about it. Certification. So yes, certificate you will be able to get from a Euron side, basically. So we are going to give you certification. And after this course, do you recommend me to go for a certification? If you want, you can go ahead with certification, but believe me, at the end of the day, inside your resume, project is the only things which is going to work. Yeah. Where to see the syllabus? In a dashboard. Simple guys, see. So if you are going to sign up, if you are going to click on go to course, it will bring you inside a dashboard where you are attending the class as of now. If you are going to click on this name, right? This name, you will be able to get into the syllabus. Getting my point? Go to course means inside the LMS where you are actually attending the classes, where you're chatting inside a chat box. And if you are going to click on this name, you will be able to see the syllabus. Fine. Okay. So, sir, this course is going to help for the data scientist, right? No, for data engineer, not for data scientist. For data scientist, we have a full stack data science. To practice which environment we are going to use. So see, cloud wise, obviously cloud environment we are going to use. Spark wise, we are going to use basically Databricks. Kafka wise, we are going to use Confluent Kafka, which is again a platform, online platform. MongoDB wise, we are going to use a Mongo Atlas. Cassandra wise, we are going to use again an online platform for a Cassandra. So for everything, right, there is a platform which I am going to introduce. In some of the situation, obviously you have to write a code in your local system. So wherever it is required, I'll try to push that particular part. I'll try to discuss that particular part. Yeah. Sir, one personal question I have, like 65% aggregation marks in computer engineering, which field of job market? No, it's not going to affect you, Saraswat. Sir, can you do a Python and big data both batches parallelly? Yes, Python and big data, I'm taking the class and both the batches are running in a parallel mode. That's the reason. So Python I have started 4 weeks back. If you will check the timing of this batch. So timing of Python Hindi is 7 a.m. IST, right, to 8:30. And Python for English is basically 8:45 a.m. So there is no time conflict at all between Python and a big data, or Python or any other batches, right? How will this course help someone who is currently working as an analyst? See, inside as an analyst, obviously you will not be able to use this ecosystem. If you are going to join some industry, some organization, if you are trying to switch into a data engineering segment or big data segment, then only this course is going to help you out. As an analyst, you will end up using a simple Power BI, Tableau or SQL, right? I am very beginner, sir. I have not done anything yet. That's completely fine. This is what my consideration is, right? That all of you are beginner in this particular field. Which job I can apply after this courses? I'll be talking about Devil. I'll be talking about it, right? Free credit of AWS and Azure are sufficient for this course. Not for all the module actually, because even in a free credit, AWS or Azure never gives you all the services, right? So you have to spend maybe a couple of dollars over there, not much, but again, it's worth spending that much amount of money over AWS and Azure. And if you don't want, you can avoid it. It's fine. You can just watch the recording, lectures, basically join the lectures. Yeah. Thanks for the clarification. Okay. So this is all about, guys, your batch. I think I have clarified all the question with respect to the syllabus at least, and what we are going to discuss and what we are not going to discuss, in which fashion we are going to discuss. I have clarified each and everything. Is it good idea to switch ML engineer to big data engineer? Again, this question is a vague question, I would say, but because both the fields, ML engineering or big data engineering, is a separate field, and yes, somewhere each and like ML engineering field and big data engineering field complements each other, but it's a complete different track. So you have to decide. So whether you would like to become a ML engineer or a big data engineer. So sir, can you tell us what does data engineering does in an industry? I'll be talking about it. This is just an induction classes, right? So I'll be talking about it. Just wait for some time. Okay. So business analytics, English courses removed. Yeah, even I'm going to remove a business analytics Hindi courses because most of you is having a Euron Plus, and I have decided that, okay, and business analytics, there are very few people who is doing business analytics nowadays. So keeping that in mind, and there are only 4 modules: Python, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau inside a business analytics mastery. Now, what I'm planning is I'll just try to open up. So most of the recording is already done. So by December 15th or 20th, so I have a plan that let's try to open up this course for everyone, free. Like no need to include it inside the Euron Plus. Just keep it free. Because there are very few people, and business analytics is a low hanging fruit, I would say, right? There are very less to learn because it's mostly a tool based things. Power BI, Tableau, SQL, Excel, and then Python. Mostly it's a Power BI, Tableau and SQL, right? So keeping that in mind, so I have removed it so that it will not consume my bandwidth, and same bandwidth I can try to utilize for my recording of entire courses and projects in Hindi as well as in English. That's a whole intention. And most of you has a Euron Plus, right? So anything and everything will be accessible to everyone. It's a very low hanging fruit, guys. It's a tool based things, right? There are much to discuss in big data, MLOps, Gen AI, data science, and programming languages, but business analytics is just a tool. Even when I was like recording lectures for Power BI, I was feeling bored that why I'm doing it, because it's just a drag and drop tools, like plug and play, x-axis, y-axis, plot this graph, plot that dashboard. This is what I was doing while recording the courses. So means it's not very logical. That's the reason. Okay, so big data engineering is equal to data engineering. Yes, Adil. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about Euron platform, and then I'll answer the questions. So you can keep your question ready. So here, Euron platform we have built, keeping one thing in our mind, that going forward in a year of time, it will become one student, one subscription kind of a platform, because things are changing. And since last 2-3 years, we all have seen that AI has disrupted a lot of things, not just one. AI has disrupted almost all the technology. And in every technology, whether it's a SAP, whether it's a Salesforce, whether it's a Oracle, or any tech stack, whether it's a ops or maybe a web development, front end, back end, mobile development, data science, big data, every technology, right, is using or trying to adopt this AI heavily, and every company is trying to adopt AI heavily. So things are changing, and now inside a industry, expectation from a particular individual is, or from a developer is, to know lot of things together, right? And obviously optimize it with the help of AI. Now, keeping that in a mind, we have decided that let's try to launch a platform where just in one single subscription, with a small token amount, just like a Netflix or any other OTT platform, people used to access all kind of movies, whether it's a war-based movies, family drama, or anything. So in the similar fashion, people will be able to access each and everything, live classes, self-paced classes, separate section for the projects or books, or each and everything going forward. As of now, we have a very, very limited offering, we know, because it's just been 50 days since we have launched this particular platform, and we were like a busy, we are the very small, our team size is very small, and we are busy like in terms of building things, making a user experience as much as possible. We are trying to optimize a thing so that we should not be, or in a future we will not have to increase the price, because if we have to increase the price, or if our platform is costing us too much, so obviously we'll have to increase the price, which is again not aligned with the philosophy that we are thinking about. So keeping that in mind, we have launched this platform that going forward in a year of time, everything will be available and accessible inside a small single subscription per year basis, just for 1 year, right? Not for the lifetime, because lifetime is not possible. And again, there is no use of giving things lifetime, because things are changing. So whatever things are relevant today, maybe it will not be relevant next year. So people have to update ourselves, people have to update themselves, and we have to update the courses. We have to launch a new modules, each and everything. So this is where Euron Plus comes into a picture, where one single subscription and your work is done for an entire year. Means the complete upskilling you can do, or anyone can do, just with this small token amount. That's the whole idea. That's the whole intention behind Euron Plus. Again, people can go and people can buy separate courses, but we have observed that 99.9% of people are going ahead with the Euron Plus. Those who is not having a Euron Plus, maybe they have purchased one single courses, so they are asking our team to take a additional amount, 500 or 1000 rupees, and then upgrade it to the Euron Plus. And even our team is doing that. So if you have that kind of a problem, please connect with our team on a contact@euron.one. Email ID is already given. It's already mentioned over here. And then they will be able to make a changes immediately, so that without any kind of a payment, you will be able to access each and everything. Then we have a Euron org. Euron org means same feature, same functionality, everything, right? Everything, but for an organization or for a multiple people at a time. So let's suppose there is a school, there is a colleges, there is a small or big companies, and they are looking for an upskilling for their people, for their employee, for their students. So here we have a Euron Plus, where you can take minimum 5+ licenses at a time, minimum, right? So that is the minimum criteria that we have put up. And then you can try to distribute those licenses from a profile. So here inside the profile section, there is something called as Euron orgs. And from here, so you can invite, depends upon the license that you have. And you can even as an admin check the stats, that how your learners are doing or how your team members are doing as an admin. So there are so many features we have built even across a Euron org, you will be able to find out. But yeah, Euron org feature you will not be able to observe unless and until you don't have a Euron org access. Once you will be having Euron org access as an admin, then only you will be able to experience the entire feature. Otherwise, very limited feature you will be able to experience as an individual. Then there is something called as Euron Assist we have, right? Now, we are living in an age of AI. And ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, all of these platforms are very much popular. Popular for what? To answering your question, to helping you out with some sort of a query that you have in your mind. Maybe a personal, maybe a professional, maybe a tech related, maybe a non-tech related, or maybe to debug things, maybe to create a content. So everywhere, these platforms are very much popular, but most of these platforms are charging you $20 or so, right? To give or to access their premium feature. Now, what we have done, so obviously our student needs this kind of assistance, because for sure they are going to face some sort of a issue with respect to installation, maybe with respect to code, they are going to face an issue on a daily basis. So where they will go and where they will be able to get their answer. So here they can come and here they will be able to get all the answers. And this Euron Assist is available with Euron org and Euron Plus. With the individual course access, this is not available. This is only available because it is costing us, right? It is costing us because we are like using a Llama over here. So we are using a Llama, and Llama, as we all know, it's one of the open source but best model which is available in a market. So we are using that particular model. We have self-hosted those models, and for some of the purposes, we are even consuming a group API. So it is costing us. Keeping that in our mind, so we have made sure that this will be available inside org or plus, not with the individual courses. So here you can come and you can get the assistance inside a Euron Assist, and there is no limitation for a token. Majority of the platform are giving you free, but they are limiting you with a token. Here we are not limiting you with any kind of a token, and we are trying to make it better and better so that going forward you will be able to even upload images, documents, or maybe a speech, and you will be able to get your respective responses in a multiple languages. Even now you can ask a question in Hindi in a chat box itself, and you will be able to get the answer. And inside your chat, guys, if you will go and observe, even now, there is a response from a Euron side, right? So I'm giving you a response. I'm reading out all of your question, giving you a response to your individual questions. Along with that, I have my Euron Assist inside a chat box as well. So that if I'm busy taking a classes and if people are asking questions, some tech questions, right? My Euron Assist can give an answer then and there inside a chat box, so that your wait time will be very, very less. Because we all understand that part, that if you have to wait, right, it creates a frustration. You will end up losing the interest, and we don't want you to do that. So keeping that in mind, even inside a chat, response that you are able to get, right, the response that you are able to get from a Euron side. So basically, this response is coming from our APIs. Right? So where we have integrated public private data, and then we are giving you this kind of a responses. So again, we are trying to use LLM models over here to build such kind of a system. Now, apart from that, let's suppose you have joined a live classes. You are asking me a question. I'm giving you all the answer. That's completely fine. And even Euron is giving you some answer. Now there is a Euron Assist from where you will be able to get all the answers. But let's suppose if you have some sort of a personal question, right? Some sort of a personal question, or maybe a technical question. So where you will go and where you can ask all of those questions. So here is my email ID, sudhanshu@euron.1. So this is my official mail ID, euron.1. And my WhatsApp number, it's my personal WhatsApp number, not an official one. It's a personal one. So +91 country code 9176072251. So this is my WhatsApp number. So for any kind of a personal queries, or maybe if you're looking for any kind of advice or guidance, which you are not able to discuss with everyone publicly, ping me over here. I will not be able to respond immediately because of the work. But yeah, by the end of the day, I used to respond to everyone. Everyone means everyone, right? Whatever kind of a question that you have. So by the end of the day, you will be able to get a response, mostly in the evening time. IST evening time. So I used to give a response to all of my students, which I'm doing it since last 1 month. So obviously I will be able to cater all of your doubts, and I will be able to give you all the answers. Let me ping in a chat as well. Sudhanshu@euron.1, and my mobile number is +9. Rupam has already pinged, but yeah, so I'm pinging again 072251. Okay. Now, so this is where again you will be able to get a help from my side directly. So there are multiple channels that we have opened up for a hand holding, for supporting you, for guiding you, so that you should not feel left at any point of a time, and your query must be answered, maybe by a human or maybe by a system, because we are living in an era of AI. So we have made sure that we are going to use AI in a full scale manner while taking our live classes or while giving any kind of a services. Making sense to all of us, guys? Can we create a WhatsApp group for this batch? Rupam asking. You can create it. So yeah, there is a WhatsApp channel. Let me give you this WhatsApp channel. SUDH. Let me give you a WhatsApp channel, guys. There is an official WhatsApp channel we have created. So WhatsApp channel is just for a broadcasting purposes we have created, so that whenever we have to send you a message in a broadcasting way, right? Or whenever we are going to release a new things, So we can try to send it to you. So this is the official WhatsApp channel, again, just for broadcasting your messages. But yeah, if you would like to create your own WhatsApp group, I don't have any kind of issue, and you have my number, so please include me in that WhatsApp group if you want. Yeah. So that people can get an opportunity to collaborate with each other. Yeah, that's your take. Is there any launch date for Python DSA? DSA, yes, there is a launch date for DSA. DSA in Hindi, I hope by Jan first week will be available. Then by Jan second week, we have a DSA in English. And then we are going to record Python with DSA, Java with DSA, JavaScript with DSA. That's a timeline for DSA. Fine. Any other question for me, guys? Any other question? Yeah, WhatsApp group will be a good one. Aniket is saying that's fine. It's your take. Create it. Add me in that group. It's fine. So that you can be an admin. I don't want to control that group because it's a student group. So it should be by student, for a student, right? This has helped me during a FSDS batch. Okay, that's great. You are the old student. In a coming month, can we expect a DevOps and system design? Okay, see guys, let me tell you very clearly. So what is the tech stack that we are recording? So that from a day one itself, you should be very, very clear what is going to come on Euron. And I will give you not an exact timeline, but I'll give you the tentative timeline, right? So don't take this timeline as a commitment, but courses as a commitment you can take. So here we are trying to target, first of all, by March. So by March, we are targeting what? So we are targeting programming. Now programming wise, we are targeting Python, Java, JavaScript, C++ and C. Because we know that for college student, these languages are important. And again, for web development, these languages are important, and Python for data. It's important. So programming wise, these 5 languages we are targeting, again in Hindi and English. Both the languages, because I know Hindi and English and most of my mentors knows Hindi and English. Now, programming wise. Now, data industry wise, if I'll say, so big data, data science and data analytics, or you can say business analytics, right? Big data, data science, we have already launched. Then ML ops, and then Gen AI. This is what we are targeting. So big data, you guys have already joined this big data. So you are into a big data lecture. Data science, we have already launched last week, FSDS, Hindi, English, both, right? Big data Hindi, I'll record. I'll not launch a live batches for big data Hindi, but yeah, I'll do it in a self-paced manner. Now, business data analytics, I have already launched, but decided that this is a low hanging fruit. So let's go ahead with the recording one. Not like a live class is not worth basically. ML ops, it's already there. Bappy is taking the classes. Gen AI, it's already there. Prince and Bappy, Hindi, English, in both. They are taking the classes and it's already available. Classes we are running since last 3 weeks. So you can go and you can check out. You can even join the classes now, right? Gen AI, Hindi and English. Plus Gen AI, Hindi and English is also available in a self-paced manner. So if you don't want to join the live classes for Gen AI, you can go over here. You can check out Generative AI English by Bappy, Generative AI Hindi by Prince. It's already available. Bappy has already completed a recording of ML Ops in English as well. ML Ops live classes we have. So Bappy is taking that class. But yeah, Bappy has already recorded a ML Ops English. So I believe in 1 or 2 days. So we are like just doing post-production work with the recorded lecture. So in 1 or 2 days, I think it will be available. Or maybe max to max by next week, it will be available on a platform. ML Ops English recorded. But for ML Ops, we have live batch as well, right? So data wise, these are the major data part which we are already covering. Now, coming to the third segment. So cloud, AWS, Azure. So these are the 2 cloud, not GCP, AWS and Azure certification wise. So developer certification, architect certification, certification, we are trying to target these things first in English and then we'll try to target in Hindi. But yeah, first in English we are targeting because of the bandwidth issue. Now, DevOps, a complete DevOps. So Jenkins, Kubernetes, Dockers, Grafana, each and everything we are trying to target. MLOps we have already launched. So DevOps is nothing but little bit bigger than MLOps. Some top-ins on top of MLOps and some removal from the MLOps. So that will become a DevOps. So DevOps we are targeting. Now, BevDev. So JavaScript anyhow. it will be available. HTML, CSS will be available, and then monostack. So basically it's a Node.js or maybe a React or Mongo. All of these things we are targeting in a web dev. Now mobile dev. So we are targeting native actually. We are targeting native over here. And so DevOps, web dev is there, cloud is there. All of this stack. So data stack is done, web stack is done, and then DSA and system design, very much important for a fresher and for a individual who is trying to apply in a product-based companies. So this is the target that we have in Hindi as well as into English in both the languages. So we are trying to target. Now, most probably 99% of all of this module in one of the language will be available by March. That's a target that we have given to ourselves. Along with that, projects. Because for projects, we have created a separate section. So in each and every component, in each and every section, till deployment, so project will be available. So now this is the tentative module, a big module I'm talking about. Now out of this big module, there will be many small module will come into picture. For example, if I'll talk about data science, right? So I'll launch so already we have launched a live classes, Hindi, English, but in a recorded, there will be ML, there will be DL separately, there will be computer vision separately, there will be NLP separately, and generative AI already available, ML ops already available in recorded and in a live batches. So out of these modules, major modules, there will be lots and lots of small module which we have derived, and those things will be available inside a Euron platform. And again, inside Euron Plus, everything. So this is a target by March. So you will have to wait for another like 3.5 months, you can say, right? But yeah, Django, Pradeep, I'm not targeting. The reason is no one does a real-time development. Believe me, there are people, there are students who is demanding for Django, and but believe me, no one is using Django for a real-time development. It's a monostack, it's a mean stack, it's a jam stack, right? So if you are learning Django, I'll say it's a wastage of time, at least for now, right? Okay, I have created the group. Yes, sir, we'll include you, sir. Fine, Tutu. Thank you so much for including me. Fast API and all those things will become in between. These are the small modules, right? Yeah, but no Django. I don't like, personally, I don't like Django. I have worked in Django, so I don't like it. How did you learn many techies? You know, things very particular. Okay, how did I learn? See guys, December 12th. Now today is December 21st, right? This year on December 12th, I have completed my exact 10 year since my joining into an industry. And I have joined. So I believe this part is clear, right guys? So what we are going to launch, this part is clear. Okay, let me talk about myself a little bit. So December 12th, I have completed my 10 year, 1 decade inside the industry. I have joined Wipro as a SAP consultant, and I worked into a Web Pro component, UI5, Fury UI5, and HANA S/4. The major language was Java over there, right? Then I switched into a big data. So where majorly I worked into a Scala and the entire big data ecosystem. Then I jumped into a data science and then like learned ML, DL, computer vision, research paper, everything. And I'm teaching since then. Since my big data days, I'm teaching, right? Data analytics, like I said, it's just a tool. So not a big deal for anyone, not just for me, not a big deal for anyone to learn and practice it. And web development, if I'll say, right? So INR, we have built a complete system. You can go and check. The system is live. PW Skills, build a system. That system is also live. And that system is built by me. The complete system, whether it's a lab, whether it's an internship, whether it's a LMS, everything, whether it's a Hall of Fame. And again, the system that you are able to see, this Euron or Euron, right? So I have built. So from this place, I'm able to, I'm building this system since last like 6 years, 7 years, right? Since my entrepreneurship days, INR, PW Skills, and then Euron. So because of this, I'm able to get a hands-on architecture, a lot of things, a real-time customer experience, each and everything inside a tech. And I think 10 years is too much. Anyone who is willing to learn anything and everything, right? Because majorly, if you will look into the tech, so any tech or every tech, I would say, is been built out of 4 to 5 or 7 stack max to max, right? What are those stacks? So programming, any stacks, any app, right? Anything that you are using in your mobile or day-to-day life. So everything has been built out of these 5 to 6 stack, which I'm going to write down. Programming, right? It could be Python, Perl, Ruby, PHP, Java, JavaScript, Golang, anything, right? Then maybe a bev dev, front end or back end, or maybe slash mobile dev, maybe a Flutter, maybe a native, right? Or maybe a Android. So programming, bev dev, then data. Inside data industry, again, 3 major component comes into picture, only 3. One is a data science, one is a big data, and one is a data analytics, which is called as business analytics as well. Big data is called as data engineering. So some people call that as a data engineering, some people call it as a big data engineering. Then the third stack is data science. Inside data science, machine learning, deep learning, stats, computer vision, NLP, generative AI, reinforcement, everything comes into picture. So it's called as data stack basically, right? Data stack. Now, ops. Ops means DevOps, MLOps, LLMOps, anything, right? So ops, because whatever you are going to build, you have to host it. You have to productionize it. You have to scale it. You have to make sure that there should not be any kind of a security breaches, right? So everything comes from a ops, or major part comes from a ops. And then everything is on cloud, obviously. AWS, Azure, and GCP. These are the only 3 major cloud platforms. There are hundreds of other cloud platforms, but major wise, only 3, right? And that too, market share wise, if I'll say, it's AWS and then Azure and then GCP, market share wise. So AWS is, you can say a big daddy. Now, a cloud, and then DSA / system design, right? So DSA, again, to build a logic, to understand a code in a better way, to build a complex system, or to build a complex logic. Now, anything and everything that you will find in this entire world, any technology in this entire world, entire tech stack is been built out of this. Just name anything. If you're going to name blockchain, again, it's a component of dev or programming language itself. If you're going to name maybe a cybersecurity, again, it's the same. So anything and everything, right, is been built out of only and only these major tech stack. And if you are spending enough amount of time, anyone can learn, anyone can excel, right? And once you will start learning and start building things, you will realize that everything is very much connected, believe me, right? So for example, when I was building this entire Euron platform, so we have built Euron Assist. Obviously, it's coming from where? It's coming from a data stack, data science stack, right? Generative AI stack. We have integrated inside a live chat itself. So we have integrated a real-time response, so that within 30 seconds, within 45 seconds, system will be able to give you a response automatically. Again, that is coming from where? A generative AI stack, right? This entire platform that you are using as of now. So we are doing a video streaming. We have a bytes feature where you can experience reels, all of those things. So we have hosted this entire platform somewhere on a cloud. So obviously cloud is there. And again, inside a cloud, there are multiple components, not just one single component. There is a ECS, there is a EMR, there is a Redux. So many things we are trying to use. Again, we have a notification system. So many things we are trying to use. So cloud. Now, to perform all of this operation and to make our platform robust so that it should not crash in a real time. Again, ops, we are using it, right? So if you will even look into this system that you are using as of now, all of these components has been used. Everything. We are launching a mobile application, right? So again, we are building this entire mobile application into native so that we don't have to build separately. We can build once and deploy in a deploy in a iOS as well as into a Android. So holistically, if you will look into the tech stack, these are the only tech stack, believe me, you should master, you should excel. You will be able to work in any domain with any company with a supremacy, believe me. So if you are trying to visualize yourself as a super techie, maybe in next 5 to 6 years, right? It will take some time, obviously, right? It will take some time, and this is a need, and this is, believe me, I'm telling you these things. Some people say that, no, you are trying to exaggerate things unnecessarily, but believe me, this is going to be a reality inside a technology industry in next 3 to 5 years. The way technology is changing, the way expectations of a people inside the industry is changing, this is going to be the reality that people will be expecting all of this stack altogether. Yes, everyone, making sense. Does CGPA matters in endorsements placement, sir? Not with all the companies, but with some of the companies, especially not with the startup and MNCs. With the product based, sometime, yeah. Rajendra is saying we will try to build a baby Euron as a project, sir. Yeah, you can do it. I don't have an issue. How you're teaching continuously while teaching different technologies same time will get confusion. No, I think I'm doing it since last 8 years. And there was a time when I used to teach for 14 hours a day, Saturday, Sunday, not 7 days, Saturday, Sunday. And that too in a offline classes. So I used to stand and then I used to teach on a board, projecting my laptop on a board and then teaching and doing a live coding and everything. So yeah, it's like 7 to 8 years. So it's kind of okay for me. Fine. So any question for me? I believe all of you are able to understand the technology, a tech stack, a major tech stack, right? So if you are planning to become a super techie, these are the only stack. And again, all the other stacks is been derived only from these major stacks. Then there are some teeny tiny components which comes and goes, right? But yeah, these technology stacks are the only stable one and job you will be able to secure in this tech stack. Okay, so live classes, Euron platform plus org assist is done. Now there is an interesting system that we have created, a very interesting system, right? We have created. So anyone who is not aware about partnership or anyone who is aware about partnership, Euron for sure taking a tech by storm. No, that is not an intention. See, intention is like just try to serve people. And again, if people are going to like it, they are going to give a love, right? Okay, so let's talk about a partnership over here, right? Although it's not a part of your badge, but yeah, let's talk about it. We have built a system. So any company and every company on this planet needs a marketing, right? And obviously, if we are not doing a marketing, how I will be able to reach out to you? If we are not sending you a mail notification, if I'm not sending you a WhatsApp, if I'm not sending you SMS, how I will be able to reach out to you? And how I will be able to discover a new audience? Because at the end of the day, I have to generate a revenue, right? See, people don't like talking about this part, but yeah, that's a reality. Tomorrow, if you are going to build some business, right, which obviously some of you are going to do it, some of my students have already done that. So tomorrow, if you're going to build some of the businesses, obviously marketing will be a crucial part and marketing will be the integrated part. Now, we used to burn a lot of money in a marketing, to be honest, because marketing is everything nowadays. And in this competitive environment, we are not the only edutech and we are very small. We are not even a teeny tiny. We are even smaller than that. It's just been like 50 days or 2 months of time. So we need a marketing. Now, we don't want to burn our money. Keeping that in mind, so we have created this partnership portal. So where in every courses, whether it's a free, whether it's a paid, right? So every courses you will be able to find out your link after sign up. After sign up, you will be able to find out your link on a landing page here or even on a card. You will be able to find out whether it's a books or projects or reels or maybe your certification, everywhere. You will be able to find out this link. Now, if you are trying to share this link, maybe a free one, and some of your friends, family, anyone is going to join, just sign up, right? You will be able to track a sign up. You will be able to track a number of clicks, number of unique clicks. You will be even able to track a sign up, and that too in a real time. When I say real time, you can try this out even now, right? From a different browser, you will be able to experience. So total sign up, you will be able to see. Total number of clicks, you will be able to see. From which system people are signing up or clicking your link, from which location people are signing up, people is clicking your link, from which country people are signing up, people are clicking those links, and who was the user who has signed up, even user detail, right? Everything you will be able to see over here inside the partnership analytics dashboard, and everything is self-served and automated, right? Don't have to go and ask anyone. Now, today, tomorrow, or maybe in future, if some of them are going to purchase anything, right? Maybe a subscription plan or maybe like not just today, tomorrow, maybe after 5 years, after 1 year, if anyone is going to purchase, we are giving you a 50% of our revenue. 50% of our revenue we are giving you after deduction of a GST, which is a tax applied by Indian government, and transaction fees, which is 2%. On every transaction after deduction of taxes, we are sharing 50% directly with our partners. And inside, how you will be able to like get a payment. So we have automated even that particular part. So if you are from India, you can just attach your UPI or net banking, whatever suits you. If you are not from India, you can attach your PayPal and Pioneer, and then we are going to make a payment inside that account, and you will be able to track your payments, your clicks, devices, countries, cities, state, everything you will be able to see, all the transaction history, withdrawal histories, everything you will be able to see in a beautiful manner. And there are so many people, more than I think 550 partners we are able to create just in a 50 days of 50 or 40 days of time, right? So people are doing it so that we will be able to get a marketing. We can reach out to the people. There are so many free offerings which is already available. There are so many free offerings which we are going to bring in a future, so that we can reach out to the people without spending additional money or upfront money in a marketing. Because if our product is good, if we are teaching passionately, if people are able to get into a job or they are able to crack or switch into a new domain, it's fine. That's the only thing which is required. So why to go ahead with aggressive marketing, right? So first stabilize the product, build each and everything. Then maybe in a future, go ahead with that. But yeah, that's a strategy that we are trying to follow. So how is the strategy, guys? Marketing one. Yeah. Okay, one more thing. So I think by 25th or maybe between 25th to 30th, so we are going to add one more module into partnership. So as of now, we are giving a 50% on every transaction. So when purchase happens, maybe today, tomorrow, in future, we are giving those 50% after deduction of taxation. So you can promote, you can just go and share any links, let people know that yes, these are the things which is available. We are going to give 5 rupees, just a very, very small, teeny tiny amount, 5 rupees, 5 INR on every sign up as well. Not now. So that system, we are already building it. We have to apply a lot of checks so that people are not supposed to, use that platform for wrong purposes. So we are launching a system where on every sign up, you will be able to get a small token amount, 5 rupees of amount, right? So that is something that we are going to launch inside a partnership. Plus we are trying to bring a quiz system. So quiz system means, so people can come, people can play a quiz, a tech quiz, especially a quiz which is relevant to your domain, so that they can get themselves engaged. Because we have observed, and not we have observed, so the entire world is observing that people are busy on their mobile phone, but doing what? Just clicking on a reels, maybe some shorts, maybe some kind of a content which is not relevant to them. At least when they will play a quiz, their brain will be active. Plus they will be able to get some sort of a dopamine that, okay, fine, so I'm not able to answer this, I'm not able to answer that, so let's go and explore things. And there will be a small reward as well, monetary reward as well. So quiz system and this sign up 5 rupees system, which I talked about. So by the end of the year, means we have a plan to launch it by 25th. But yeah, in a tech, what happens is when we bring those things into our development system and we try to ship it to the production system, it gives us some kind of a bug. So we used to fix it. We try to check a lot of vulnerability, security check, and then we used to productionize it for the end user. So that is something that we are building. But yeah, by this year, today is already 21st. So this year means 9-10 days, it will be available. So hopefully you all are going to like it. And course wise, I already told you what is the plan that we have as a company, as a Euron. So take a stack, whatever I said, by March. We are taking some time because recording actually takes some time. We are also taking live classes, and I can't just onboard any mentors and ask them for a recording, because it is not easy to teach, first of all, to deliver the content. Plus the way people will be able to understand the content, it's not easy, or it's possible for everyone to record it in that particular way, so that you can create the impact. Because we are not just creating content so that I can sell. Yes, obviously we are selling it, but at the end of the day, you should get a benefit out of it. If you're not able to get a benefit out of it, there is no value of content at all. Okay, so waiting for a quiz system on Euron apps. Not in Euron apps, I'm talking about this Bev. So basically it will be available on Bev. App actually we have completed in a month of October itself. Even before launch of, we have launched Euron on 28th October, right, this year. We have created the app, and it was available, but when we have submitted that for review, right, on a App Store and Play Store, so they were taking some time and they have changed a lot of guidelines. So we are trying to align our app as per the guidelines. So it's already ready. Just a matter of fact that we have to publish it, and we have to go through the verification of App Store and Play Store. So that is the actual story behind the app. So hopefully by Jan end or February mid, if everything goes fine in terms of compliances with App Store and Play Store, so it will be available. Will there be interview prep help from Euron side after completion of the courses? Interview preparation, I'll do it in a live class itself. At the end of live classes, back-to-back interview. Video system and internship and placement support. Internship portal, I have a plan. Placement support, I don't have a plan because as an organization, honestly speaking, it's risky. Right? It actually spoils a lot of, like, it spoils a name. I'll tell you the reality, guys, and even you will understand this part. So when we say placement guarantee, right? In Euron, we were doing it. So people will just go and buy the courses and they will not even put up the effort, right? And they will come and say that, okay, I have purchased the placement guarantee. Now give me the placement. Okay. We are sending those people to a company, to our partner company, to our associate company. And then the company will say, no, this guy is not good. This guy is not having any kind of a knowledge why you're sending. So we have ended up spoiling our name in front of companies as well as in front of a student, both the side. So it's actually risky, and anyone and everyone who is doing it, right, they know that it's risky, right? Obviously, to grow a business immediately, to generate a huge amount of revenue immediately, people are doing it. And even I have tried, honestly speaking, in Iron, so we had a job guarantee program, right? But I know the reality. It's a hell lot of pain. It's better to teach a student in a best possible way. It's better to engage, because I know whatever job we are trying to bring from an industry, it's the same job that you can apply even through a LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, or maybe through other job platforms, right? We are not producing a new job, right? We are just trying to bring the same job with our connects. That's it. This is the only thing that we are doing. When we are saying, or anyone is saying that this is a job guarantee program. Now, what is the meaning of it? We are not producing the job. We are just trying to establish some connect with the HR, and then those HR reach out to me, and those HR even try to list their job in an open market, and same job we are trying to offer. But like I said, it's risky. And again, it will become a costly operation, and we'll have to increase the price. And I don't want that. Like I said, I have to build one student plan. Maybe in one and a half year, we will be able to achieve that part. So that's the reality. I believe I have clarified my answer. If mock interview is added, then it will be good. Yeah, they will. Yeah, that is a part of bucket list. That is a part of bucket list. We are trying to optimize that system a lot. Will there be any opening in Iran in the future? Yeah. So we keep on like opening up for the multiple positions. But yes, you have to go through, not a recommendation, I would say, but you have to go through the complete process. So we have a process to onboard anyone. So you have to go through that process. Company hire a fresher for data engineering role. Not specifically for data engineering role, but yes. Is it advisable to give 6 to 7 months only on Python, Math, SQL, ML part only? I think you can give 4 to 5 months and then get a skills, build a project, and then go ahead. Okay, fine. So I believe I have answered each and every question, and now you are aware about the entire system, the Euron system that we have. Now, so inside My Learning, you will be able to see your My Plan, and inside this, you will be able to like check all the courses. Even inside a search bar, you will be able to search all the courses. Analytics wise, you all will be able to see course wise analytics. So whatever course you are attending, so course analytics, you will be able to see over here. If there is a quiz, again, let me clarify this part. If there is a quiz available inside a system, only in that case, this criteria is required. Let's suppose there is no quiz which is required. For example, full stack data mastery, this batch is still going on. If there is no quiz, so even now you can go and generate the certificate. Even now, you can go and check out. You will be able to generate the certificate, right? So because certification is just like a statement where you will be able to get approval that, okay, fine, you have attended something or you have joined something. And this is how other organization gives a certificate, right? At the end of the day, it's all about learning. Fine. So this is the certification part. This is the analytics part. Now, I don't think that I have left anything. I have discussed and explained each and everything. So now it's time for you to ask me a question. I believe you have my number. You have already added me in a WhatsApp group. I can see it, right? So yeah, thanks for adding me. And in case of question, please ask your question, guys. Yeah, I'm open for any kind of a question now. Otherwise, we'll conclude the classes, and from tomorrow onwards, like I said, I'm going to start the syllabus, which is mentioned over here. So from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start this entire syllabus. Yeah. Euron Plus is valid for 1 year, but can't see any expiry date in a portal. Yeah, it's actually valid for 1 year. So you can maybe go inside a profile, you can check your receipt. So inside an invoice receipt, it must have been mentioned. And soon you will be able to see it even inside the plan. I know, like that is a part that we have to mention. So that will be mentioned. But yeah, inside a receipt, I think it's mentioned. They will asking, I invited you in the WhatsApp group. You have to accept. Okay, is it? I have to accept. Okay, join group. Fine. Join group. Okay, join. Is there any chance we can have online meetup in Bangalore? I'm planning it. I'm planning for it. So not this year. I think only 10 days is left. But yeah, by March, April. Because till March, April, my schedule is completely packed with the live classes and with the recordings and with the tech that I'm building. Right. So lots of things like we are trying to bring on a Euron platform. So I'm completely packed. So I will not be able to go for any kind of a meetup. But yeah, after March, April, we have a plan to host a grand meetup in Bangalore, Delhi, Noida, Pune, Hyderabad, and all those like major locations. Okay, fine guys. So I think we are good and I believe I'm able to answer all of your questions. So in case of any kind of a queries, please try to ask me. We have a group now and you have my number. And yeah, see you in my next class, which is going to happen tomorrow, 2:15 IST, PM, IST. Yep. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Welcome to Big Data Masters once again. Like I said before, and I keep on saying in my each and every classes, just by joining any of the classes, whether it's mine or whether it's classes from anyone else, right? Any company or any other individual, you will not be able to get a benefit. You have to sit, you have to practice, you have to build things, then only you will be able to leverage a real result. Fine. So with that, thank you so much. And let's get started with Big Data Masters from tomorrow. Yep. Anil is asking, can you please ping a WhatsApp group? Guys, anyone who can ping inside a chat? So you can please help Anil. Yeah, Anil. So he has already pinged. With that, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. And see you again. Please sit inside a Big Data Masters class with your laptop, not with your mobile, so that we can practice. Thank you. Take care. Well, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Take care.